मैंने वो पता चले कि बोले से sorry for inconvenience caused due to some technical fault. Some persons are disturbing us. Now it's okay. Are you getting my sound?
Yes.
Are you getting my sound?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Vidyanath Jha, Principal, MLSM College, to deliver welcome address to welcome our guests.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Am I
sir.
audible? Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes,
This
sir.
gives us great pleasure that the head of the department of our college, MLSM College, Professor Prem Mohan Mishra, has organized a talk series webinar on Atmanirbhar Bharat. He has picked up distinguished speakers to address us on this occasion. It is a great occasion that our country is moving gradually towards this pledge of Atmanirbhar Bharat. In all spheres of life, we find here several examples that people are coming forward to start this venture. And it is right time our young students and teachers and other members of the society, they get a boost to undertake exercises in this field, in this endeavor. I welcome the honorable speaker and all the attendees who are here in the audience today. So thank you once again. I welcome you all on my own behalf, as well as on behalf of the college and on behalf of the university. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. A nice welcome address. Now I request chairperson of this event, Sri Praveen Tripathi ji, to introduce the speaker and chief guest of the session, Mr. P. Sugunakar Rao.
Just a minute. I would like to introduce the chairman first before the chairman starts the session.
Yeah, sure.
A very good afternoon to everyone. I take this opportunity to introduce the chairperson of the session, Dr. Praveen Tripathi ji. Sir, we are very much privileged to have you in this session, and I'm very much sure that we are going to get a lot of wisdom and knowledge from your talk. For the participants, I would like to say that today's chairman, Dr. Praveen Tripathi sir, he is from Varanasi, UP. He has done his BTech from IIT Kanpur, then PGDM from IIM Ahmedabad, and he's having a vast experience in market research, advertising, and media planning. Sri Praveen Tripathi sir, he has been the founder of Sagyan Private Limited, an organization devoted to create knowledge for the benefit of society and citizens of India. He was the president of Research Society of India. Yes, significant experience in designing and running large-scale pan-India studies, sample size of more than 1 lakh. Once he has done a project on assessing whether Tata Trust equities have made a lasting difference to the quality of life of a rural Uttarakhand beneficiary household or not, and it was recognized as the best development research finalist by the MRSI. He has been responsible for the use of technology in advertising, media, and market research business over more than 4 decades. Many key roles has been handled in the past by him. He has been IEC and research advisor to Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana, an initiative of Ministry of Rural Development. He has been member UID Authority of India Advisory Committee. He has been member of the UID Authority of India Awareness and Communication Strategy. He has been co-chairman of the National Communication Classification System. He has been member of the National Committee on Marketing of Confederation of, and apart from that, he has been attended many invited speaker, panelists, and session of different sessions in different technical programs like Bengal Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Think Series 2012, then Sahaj Sambad on In Search of a Perfect Solution, What Really Works in India's Villages in 2012. Apart from this, a lot of information are there, but then due to a scarcity of time, I can't go in detail much. So sir, please forgive me for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudhir ji, for a very kind introduction. Before I progress ahead, I want to request whosoever is the technical person in control to ensure that everybody other than the speaker is put on mute. I think even when Sudhir ji was speaking, there was a lot of disturbance. So if there is a technical person who is the administrator who can ensure that, like right now, only my voice should be active, everybody else should be muted. Then Sugunakar ji, when he starts speaking, everybody else should be muted other than him. And then it comes back to question and answer. Then, you know, again, you can keep me and Sugunakar ji active and others inactive, other than those who want to ask a question. So, if anybody wants to ask a question, my suggestion is please use the chat box and enter your name and question there. We will try and see within the time constraint how many of those we can address. Sugunakar ji, if I have your permission, I will first give a 5-minute introduction of the session, and then I will introduce you and then hand over the platform to you.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Great to have the occasion to be on the same podium as you. So let me share my screen for a minute. And the participant screen has been, sharing has been disabled. So can I request the technical person to allow me to share my screen? Thank you. Yes, I can do that now. Can everybody see the screen? Can you see the PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You can see it? Okay. It says Atmanirbhar Bharat Opportunity and Challenges. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Can you read that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Slide. Okay, so let me begin with, you know, I'm making this presentation on behalf of both CNRI and Sagyana. As you know, CNRI is an apex body of non-government organizations of rural India, which has been set up by Union government. Sagyana is a full-service social research and analytics company. We have complementary capabilities, and we have therefore decided to combine our resources to provide insights through extensive reach and deep understanding of rural India, which CNRI brings to the table, with highly experienced personnel in large-scale survey research and analytics, which Sagyana brings to the table. And what Vinod Anandji and CNRI also bring to the table is a deep engagement with sustainable agricultural and tribal welfare projects in rural India. Now, under Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, Vocal for Local with global outreach, this is one of the visions of the central government, and the government has committed rupees 10,000 crores to help reach the untapped export markets outside India. They have specifically decided to support, selected produce such as mango from Uttar Pradesh, kesar from Jammu and Kashmir, bamboo shoots from northeastern states, tapioca from Tamil Nadu. So the intention is to promote the best of the farm products of a given state in both national and international markets. Now, what we are going to focus on is how can Vocal for Local be implemented for agriculture sector. Well, it can be done in two ways. One is that by using sustainable cropping pattern for crops, right, which are appropriate for local soil and water conditions. If you just to give you an example, if you look at major rice producing states, right, West Bengal, Punjab, and UP are the three largest rice producing states. However, if you look at what is essential for producing rice, which is the availability of water, So in this bar, I have arranged the water requirement for different crops. So sugarcane is right on top, which requires 2100 millimeter water. Rice is the second largest, water guzzling crop. And then come cotton, maize, soybean, groundnut, and wheat right at the bottom. Let us now look at the position of different states on the groundwater table. If you see, Assam has the, lowest, the groundwater is available at mere 4-meter height, right? So that's the best availability, followed by Orissa, followed by AP and Bihar. Then comes Chhattisgarh and West Bengal. And if you see, Punjab and Haryana are almost at the bottom of this table, which means that Punjab, Haryana have a pathetic groundwater table availability. And now if you see, the fact that Punjab is almost the second largest, in fact, the rice producing states, means that we are basically making the Punjab completely unsustainable for future by sowing a crop that requires water, which is just not available there. So what we mean by this is, let me give you one more, point, and then we'll come back to the issue. If you look at share of major agricultural commodities in total agri imports, right, vegetable oils account for 43% of total value of imports, pulses account for 11%, and fresh fruits account for 7%. If we encourage the, production of oil seeds, and other vegetable, oil producing vegetables, if we encourage pulses, if we encourage fresh fruits, and we specifically do it in the areas which are conducive for this, we are not only going to make a sustainable agriculture, we are not only going to achieve, vocal for local, we are also going to make India Atmanirbhar. So how do we translate this Atmanirbhar Bharat to achieve vocal for local? First of all, we need to find those commodities which are appropriate for the local soil and water conditions. That is how we can combine the two benefits of Atmanirbhar Bharat while delivering vocal for local. Second, we should grow nutritious crops that are suitable to soil and water conditions of the state. So, and if we encourage the local population to consume locally produced crops, which are both nutritious as well as which are conducive to local soil and water conditions, then we are achieving 3 goals in one, right? We are increasing the sustainable agriculture.
क्या हुआ?
1 minute.
Sudhir, can you assure that everyone will go on mute? Yeah. If Sudhir, can you assure it?
Just a minute, sir.
Yeah. Whomsoever is a technical person, just tell him, because the Praveen sir is very, very senior person and he has given his time.
Yes, yes.
So it is our responsibility to use it in the right perspective and for the benefit of our state, Bihar. Sir, please go ahead, sir.
So we can achieve 3 goals in one. We can increase the nutritional value for the local population. We can promote doubling of farmers' income, and we can ensure a sustainable agricultural pattern for the state. And of course, in the end, we will also ensure an Atmanirbhar Bharat. So with that, I'm going to end my introduction, and let me first introduce Sugnakar ji before I hand over the dais to him. Sugnakar ji is an advocate by profession. He comes from Telangana state, from Jamikunta Mandal, Gandrapalli village of Karimnagar district. He has, even though he's advocate by profession, he is a very person of a, very diversified capabilities. He began as a student leader in Kakatiya University of Warangal. He was an Arts and Science College Students Union president. He worked for Akhil Bharatiya Vidya Parishad as a full-timer. For 7 years, he served as a general secretary of district BJP for Karimnagar. And another 7 years, he served as a president of district BJP of Karimnagar. For 3 years, he has been the United Andhra Pradesh state president of Kisan Morcha. He has also been Kisan Morcha National General Secretary for last 10 years. Mr. Rao has contested the election for MLA 3 times, as well as election for MLC from the graduates constituency once. He has, I have had an opportunity to speak to him on different occasions, and I have so much to learn from him. He has a very deep knowledge in agriculture and rural matters, specifically in agricultural marketing, agricultural economics, minimum support price, how the government does the procurement at minimum support price, the agri exports and agri imports, the irrigation pattern, you know, the kind of seeds that need to be used, and in rural employment and poverty alleviation. He has demonstrated organization skills by organizing agitational programs, by forming and strengthening of different organizations in different areas, and by maintaining relationship with experts in very, very different sets of fields. Mr. Rao is fluent in Telugu, Hindi, and English, and it is my privilege to introduce him and to invite him to share his thoughts. Rao Sahab, we will try and keep your session to about 15 to 20 minutes so that we still have 5 to 7 minutes for question answer. Because of the delay, we have lost some time. So I request you to try and see whether you can keep it to 15 to 17 minutes. Thank you. With that, I hand over the dais to Mr. Rao. Rao Sahab, you can begin. Rao Sahab, you are on mute.
Thank you, Praveen Tripathi ji. You have given a very good introduction about me, and I am very thankful to you. And good afternoon to everybody who have been participating in this event. And I'm very grateful the organizers for having part of in this program. And I am also grateful to Mr. Sudhir Kumar who invited me to be part with you. And also my grateful to Mr. Vinod Anand, CNRI chairman. And I am also co-chairman of Southern States. I look after the CNRI activity in the Southern States. Very good topic has been chosen by the organizers who have been organizing many seminars for last few days. And this is the present relevant topic to be discussed. And also I have been given an opportunity to address on this boosting Indian economy through vocal for local. Today, I will try to confine to the topic itself. And also, Mr. Praveen Tripathi ji also has given very valuable information to us just now. And I will try to continue the same information, and I want to share my views with all of you. We all know, but last 6-7 years, a confidence has been created by Narendra Modi that India will become definitely a superpower in future. Earlier, we do not have this type of confidence. And after assuming power, there are so many reforms has been taken place. And Narendra Modi has targeted to reach the 5 trillion economy by 24-25 financial year. But unfortunately, we have been facing this COVID-19 crisis. Due to that, the world has shaken, economy has come down. And in India also has been facing much difficulties due to this COVID-19 crisis. In spite of that, to create confidence among the people for their future lives, and also for the betterment of the economical condition of this nation, Atmanirbhar project has been announced by Sri Narendra Modi government at about amount of rupees 29 lakh crore rupees in different tranches. And also, he has given a valuable slogan, which is vocal for local. Every nation, in this present juncture, all nations are trying for their interest. Nationality, national thinking has been increasing. Even we are finding in United America and even China and in India also, the people of India are more concerned about their nation and their people, their financial positions, conditions. With an intention to overcome this crisis and also improve the financial positions and also to reach our capacities in the improvements in the financial position, Modi ji government has given this vocal for local. But some people criticize this vocal for local means we are constraining ourselves. We are isolating with the foreign, other nations. And we will be put into loss, and our we all know so many that type of criticism has been faced. The intention of the vocal for local is different from what these critics are saying. Just now, Praveen Tripathi ji informed us self-reliance of the people in agriculture sector. When I was a school-going student, I studied at my village. In my village, all type of crops, whatever the people are in need, for example, not only raising paddy, along with paddy, cotton and groundnut, onions, garlic, ginger, all this type of human needs food products has been used to be raised. But what happened just now, Sri Tripathi ji correctly pointed out, even Telangana, state of Telangana also, everybody is trying to raise paddy only or else cotton only, which as just now informed us just more water consumption crops. And all other products which are for home needs, we are bringing from outside. But in order to, not only that type of food, we are dependent upon this, even PPE kits also we were dependent earlier. Now, after this slogan was given by Narendra Modi government, we are thinking about seriously to meet out our own needs. Not only in food sector and also other sectors also, we are trying to manufacture, or we are trying to produce our own crops. We are trying to manufacturing our own needs. We are planning like that. And the government is also, this stimulus and other government steps also being encouraged in this way. And just now I am an agricultural activist also, and I'm having in agricultural, having more knowledge upon the agricultural subjects. For example, if we take just now pointed out by the Tripathi ji, we are importing oil seeds from the foreign countries. And we are importing pulses to small extent. Earlier, we had used to import in bulk pulses also. And now, after giving a slogan, we have to self-sufficient in the producing of the pulses. And we should be able to produce more produces in agri sector. Fortunately, India is the only country which have vast arable land. After America, of course, geographically, our is a small country, though our population is so much, 18% in the world population. Our geographical land is only 2%. But fortunately, we are having 9.22 arable land of the world. Just America is just go ahead, 10% is there, American arable lands. And this atmosphere, weather, climate is also very much favorable to the crops. But we are having a good demographic, we are having very good population and very youth people whose manpower is much and more we can properly utilize. Due to the lack of commitment, due to the lack of vision, we were used to import pulses. We are now still importing the oil seeds, and we are not self-sufficient in the even food products. And we are able to export the vegetables, we are able to export the fruits, we are able to export the meat, we are able to export the sugar to some extent, of course. But still, even foodstuffs, we are dependent upon the other countries, particularly in the oilseed sector. But India is having a very vast arable lands. We will able to meet our needs if we support our farmers. We know the farmers' crisis is how much going on, how the farmers are being under crisis. We all know they are not getting proper price to their produces. They are facing very much financial crisis. They are not unable to lead a social and financial life like other fields of other walks of the people, and they are in poverty. They have been facing very much. If we encourage in producing more oil seeds and more thing, and we are capable to we are capable to feed the entire world. That much of capacities, that much of geographical sources, that much of natural favoritism is in our favor, and that we can do, but the commitment has to be increased. Then only definitely India will able to self-sufficient in all the food items, including these oil seeds. And this vocal for local will definitely boost up the production of the oil seeds, not only oil seeds, all the farm producers which in self-sufficient for our needs of the nation. And after giving this vocal for local slogan by Narendra Modi ji, our thinking has been drastically changed. Now, if we take the example of fertilizer sector, we used to import fertilizer from the other nations for a cost of rupees 75,000 crores of rupees. Now, our petroleum minister just now, about 2 months back, has assured the nation that by 2023, our fertilizer, we will be self-sufficient in the fertilizer sector. And just now I told you with regard of PPE, personal protective equipment, there was no production of personal protective equipment earlier. Now we are able to export. And in the pharma sector, I am from Hyderabad. We all know the vaccines, the preparation of a vaccine, making a vaccine, it is a years to taking, it takes years. But due to the commitment, due to the encouragement of the government, due to our commitment to our scientists and pharma sector, now we are able to export we are to supplying the vaccine to the other nations. Not only vaccines, we are able to supply the medicines also to already supplied during the crisis of this COVID-19. What I want to say is, we are having very much human resources. We are having natural resources. We are having very much, but we do our proper vision, proper planning. We should be able to compete with the other countries, and we are going in such a path, and we are trying to reach that one. And number 1, 2, 3 problems we have to face. Number 1 is our local manufacturing companies has to face the competition. Competition with regard of quality. Competition with regard of advertisement competition. And also, this we have to face the global challenges also. And if our government support the same, we are able to, our local manufacturers are able to compete with the same. And we all know in the Atmanirbhar Bharat package stimulus, the MSME has been given much priority. And in order to protect the total local manufacturer, local MSME, government has given much priority to his and much support from different sectors. Even for agriculture sector also, government is trying to plan. Government is trying to plan the formation of the farmer producer organization by uniting many farmers into an organization, into a cooperative society, or with a company. And those farmer producer organizations, their government is going to support those farmer FPOs to enable them to produce in a more quantity, and in the quality will be also increased. And the same can be able to be, the foreign FPOs should be able to export by through their companies or some other organizations. That much of priority has been given through SFSC, a government organization. And through agricultural exports, though we are not also meeting with our own needs, and also we should be able to export our agricultural producers, thereby we'll get some foreign exchange, and our farmers' financial condition will be also changed by those one. And still India is dependent upon the 50% of the population is dependent upon the agriculture sector. And in order to improve our financial growth, in order to meet our goal of 5 trillion economy, and not only agriculture sector, the manufacture sector, the service sector has to be also increased in a drastic manner. For such purpose, we all know in the service sector also, for the example, we should not depend upon the China apps. Modi ji government has banned more than 150 apps from the China, and also encouraging to create new type of technology with a more competitive manner, and thus type of thing. And also we are also trying to manufacture our own defenses. One products from the defense sector, we are also trying to plan the same by India, by taking the spirit on this slogan of vocal for local. And in the health supplements, we also know we are having ahead of most of the countries, and we also trying to our national food brands also giving good competition, like Amul, like Dabur, and all other food companies also giving. ITC particularly, I want to specifically mention the ITC, which is a competitive, giving very much producing and manufacturing very good type of food items, foodstuffs. And it is also giving much competition to the MNCs also. And what in the coming days, our Cordy and village industries also is giving much priority by these stimuluses. Our own people are going to be able to create and able to manufacture, able to produce whatever to meet our needs, and also not only our needs, we are also able to supply to the food items to the entire world, and also we are able to supply all other necessities to meet the world's needs. This is the intention. Vocal for local is not purpose for isolating ourselves. Local products should be go to the global. This is the intention of the government also, and by in a quality manner, by facing the competition, all the products, whatever we manufacture in India, we produce in India, we should be able to definitely overcome our Indian people needs, and also we are able to supply to the entire world needs. This is the intention of the vocal for nickel. Thereby our economy will be strengthened, and we will definitely become, now we are in the 5th economy, biggest economy in the world. We are able to reach, we will definitely reach 2-3 positions in the coming years. We hope that, and with such an intention, I once again compliment the organizers who have been organizing on this Atmanirbhar Bharat challenges and opportunities, and more discussion has to be taken place on these subjects. The more intellectual people, more practical people who are having knowledge in the field level, so such people should be participated in this discussion, and this manthan should continue till such and also these, whatever we think, whatever we here discuss, that should be, we also try to reach the same, our ideas and our thinking to the policymakers, to the legislators, and that will be more helpful to the our nation. These are my views I want to I shared with you, and I thank all the organizers who has given this opportunity to me. I think I have been confined the time which has given to me. Thank you, one and all.
Yes, Sudhakar ji, you have not only confined to the time, you didn't even allow me to give you a reminder. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
If there are any questions, Sudhirji, we can take at least 2 or 3 questions. So please feel free to engage with the speakers. So Sugnakar ji, there is Prem Mohan Mishra ji has said ki what message do you want to give to the students? Would you like to give your message for students?
My message to the students is whoever hails from a village or a town, they should think about their own village. They should think about their own town, whatever it may be. Not only to make some drastic changes in the thinking of the people. They should be very fascinated to the foreign goods or everything else. Whatever, if the foreign good is a quality one, we can take it. But though it is not, suppose we should need, for example, I want to say, toys, we are getting toys from the out of the nation. There is no need to get toys from the out of nations. We are getting single-use plastic goods from the out of station. There is no need. Whatever the students, we have to try to create in an innovative manner and try to meet our necessities by encouraging the people who are having talent, and we have to prepare or manufacture whatever the goods we are in need locally. This is my message to the students.
Well, my message to students is also not very different. I think, you are fortunate to have been born in a period where perhaps in your own lifetime, you're going to see India become, I believe, the largest economy in the world, right? I think India will overtake China. Everybody does predict that China will overtake US, but my own prediction is that China will undermine itself and India will clearly go past China. Whether it's only a matter of when it will happen. That it will happen is certain. So whether it will happen in 2035, whether it will happen in 2045, certainly well before India completes 100 years of its independence, I am confident India will be the largest economy in the world. But I think the important thing is not just to measure us in economic terms. The economy is the biggest economic power and yet be unhappy. I mean, US and China, you take those two countries, they are far bigger economies than us. But not everybody there is happy. So I think the message that Sugunakar Rao has given is also very, very important. We have to be conscious of where we have come from, the village, the society, the community that has shaped us. And we have to be able to, while we must survive and we must look after our family and we must meet some of our basic needs, but we must also look at how we can help others do the same thing within our community. And there are many ways we can do it. You can do it through agriculture, you can do it through teaching, you can do it through knowledge sharing, you can, do it through, creating consciousness on major national issues. There are many, many ways, as long as we are conscious that once we cross a certain age, let us say, once we cross the first innings of our life, let's say around 35 or 40, we must seriously look at how much time and energy do we devote to give back to the community. It can be in very, very small terms. You could just go and teach a poor child for an hour, every Sunday. It doesn't have to be, huge monetary and, huge personal cost. It need not be big, but it must be continuous and it must be persistent. That's my message to all the students. So if there are no other questions, I would like to sum up the session. I would like to, thank Sugunakar ji for bringing out some very important points. He brought out the fact that the farmers are facing poverty, but this opportunity of moving away from conventional crops to oil seeds and other cash crops can, address their problem as well as the nation's problem of making us more independent. Right? He also brought out the fact that this country has both good human resources and good natural resources, and that for the first time under the leadership of Modi ji, the nation has the confidence to be able to deploy these resources, right? To be the best and to be, you know, really very, very valuable member of the world society. The fact that, you know, the local manufacturing may well have to take on the challenge of becoming very competitive in quality, very competitive in advertising and pricing, for it to really be able to, you know, be able to give a very successful, you know, export market for India's products is something that Mr. Sunakar ji Rao has brought out, and that is absolutely essential. So if these conditions are met, there is no doubt that we have the capability to be not just self-dependent, but actually to be supplier to the world, right? In many, many, both manufactured commodities as well as agricultural commodities. So with that, I would like to close the session, and I would like to thank the organizers for organizing a very thought-provoking discussion. I want to thank specifically the principal, sir, Mr. Mishra, the head of the department, Vinod Anand Jhaji, and Sudhir Jhaji for, you know, taking the initiative, for putting in the effort, and you know, giving us this opportunity to exchange our views. Over to you, Sudhir ji.
Thank you, sir. Now, as we have come to the end of this session, so now before we wind up, I request Dr. Prem Mohan Misra to please extend the vote of thanks to all the speakers, chairperson, and everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudhir. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Respected Chairperson Sri Praveen Tripathi ji, President of and Founder and Chairman of Sagyan Private Limited, Chief Guest and Keynote Speaker Sri Sunakar Rao Sahab, National General Secretary Kishan Morcha, Principal of my college Professor Vidyanath Jha, President CNRI Vinod Anand ji, office bearers and members of CNRI, faculty members of MLSM College Darbhanga, media persons, and dear delegates. I am very much delighted to be part of this wave lecture series on the very concurrent and relevant topic. First and foremost, I wish to thank Sri Praveen Tripathi ji for accepting our invitation to spare some time from his busy schedule to chair the session and delivered a very thought-provoking lecture. I am most thankful to Mr. Sunakar Rao ji for delivering a mind-blowing lecture on the topic Vocal for Local. My thanks are also to Professor V.N. Jha, principal of this college, for giving us permission to hold this wave lecture series in different topics of Atmanirbhar Bharat, opportunities and challenges. I am thankful to Vinod Anand ji for collaborating with us for this program. My sincere thanks are to Sudhir Kumar Jha, scientist IPRI, ICAR, for his tireless effort to make the program successful. My heartfelt thanks are to the participants, without whom no event becomes successful. Last but not least, my thanks are to the media persons for spreading the message to the common people of the India. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, all of you. Hello. With the permission of chair, we should end the session. Hello. Am I audible? Hello. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Huh. Yes, with the permission of chairman.
I think the sir has left because as he has to attend another meeting at 3 p.m.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. So I think let's disassemble now.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much.